Still learning, still growing. We're throwing a lot at guys right now, so he's making progress and going good and got 2 weeks left to see how well he can finish strong with processing all the information. We'll see. I just like to watch guys go through and then eval at the end, because after you get through with that, you still got training camp. We still got a ways to go. So I just like to try to watch guys. We're going to be moving dudes around and just see what the guys can handle and see who can do it over a long period of time. And then we'll be able to, get more of an evaluation of that when we get to training camp. He's processing the game better, competing. So he's touching the ball. He's closer to the ball, getting his hands on the ball, but he's processing stuff better, and the competitive nature. That's how I be. We talk about that before all the time. We got to compete here. We're not shy of talking about it. It's musical chairs. You got to compete, and he's doing it. He's embracing it, and you can see it. You can see it in his play, and he has confidence, and he's doing a nice job.
Devin, Aaron, any of the young guys, what are the biggest things you're looking for to make you say, okay, this guy's ready to play this fall?
Competition, competing on a daily basis, and processing the game. You got to process. Our offense throw a lot at us. So can you process all the stuff and have functional intelligence on the field? Because you got to be able to apply all this stuff at some point. And some guys are still young. Some guys haven't played a lot. So can you apply it? And do you have that competitive edge about you? And can you sustain it? So we still looking at to see, we still have another week and a half or so, 2 weeks of spring ball. Can you keep it going? Because that's the main thing. Some guys can go for a short period of time, but now 2 more weeks from now, can we still be doing it? Nothing, just moving his feet, just feet drill, just moving his feet so you don't get, reach at the top. Your eyes, feet, hands slide at the top. So if you get your feet in the right position earlier in the down, that puts you in a better position at the top of the route so you don't have to reach as much. It's correctable. Like anything in life is correctable. You put work in it, like a life lesson. You work on it, it'll improve. And they keep getting better. And then it's different things, because the football is a lot going on. You got splits, you got body size, you got field position. So you got different calls that put you in those different ranges. So you got to be able to apply all of that and know how it works. So when you're at the top of the route, you're not in a bad position to make you have to reach and grab.
How is Jermaine's spring ball?
Outstanding. He's playing well. You can tell Maine he's comfortable, but he's been with me for a while. He's been around for a little bit. So he understands it. He knows the progression of the teaching. He understands route progressions. He plays good with his eyes. He has a good, high football IQ. So he's able to process the stuff fast.
He played obviously a lot last year when Denzel was hurt. Is it safe to say he's the front runner for that job?
Oh, yeah. Well, Maine's played. Maine's played a lot of football around here. But even when he wasn't hurt, Jermaine's rolled in. So he's Maine has been like a starter for us. So.
He's a talker, isn't he?
Yeah. Competitor. Confidence. You got to have that when you play outside. So you got to live in that world of confidence. You got to have amnesia. Play's going to happen. And then you got to be able to have an edge to you playing out there.
So could Jermaine play in that Lorenzo come along in that nickel spot?
What's that?
How are you seeing Lorenzo come along in that nickel spot?
Same thing. He's coming along well. He's learning. He's growing because he hadn't played a lot of ball as well. So he's continuing to process stuff. Some things are a little different than we did in the past. So he's doing well, but he's competing. He's learning. And like I said, he really works at the game. So he's making good progress.
Could Jermaine play in that star spot?
Yeah, he rotates in there. You can see him in practice. He gets reps in there. We move guys around. What we try to do is move guys at different spots, move them around to see who can handle all the different moving parts that we have.
Who are you talking about there? Tim, who are you talking about? I couldn't hear the question.
Jermaine. Yeah, we move him around. He plays some inside, but he played inside in the past.
Have you seen the difference in him, though, now? Obviously he played a tremendous amount last year, but now he's one of the guys. Have you seen him change in that regard? Leadership, wherever you want.
100. Leadership, sense of urgency, on the field performance, growth and development. He's improved in all those areas. The leadership part is big. He's been accountable. He's holding other guys accountable, and his play has increased because he's doing all the little things. And you can say he's had an outstanding spring so far.
Davison, what do you think? What do you think he wants to get out of this year? He's back. What have y'all talked about where he makes steps? Where you want to talk?
Improve at top of the route, improve on the off coverage, some things to work on to make him the player he want to be next year this time. So you got to work on all this stuff now, and he's done a better job at those things. So it's always the little details of things that you want to work on. He's tall, you know what I mean? So we got to make sure he's sinking his hips at the top of the route, being able to transition out of the breaks, because his body structure is a little different from some of the other guys. So we work on those things now so they become his foundation and becomes part of his habits. So when we get into the season, they're already part of his makeup.
You've got young guys that are talented but have not played yet. How do you talk to them about kind of competing with the next crop of young, talented guys coming in and joining the group?
Is musical chairs. No one cares that you're young. They throwing the ball over there when game time. So you got to grow up fast, and the competition is real. So we preach the competition. We don't shy away from it, and you got to pick it up and go, whether you're a third-year guy or whether you're an incoming guy. So we let those guys compete and go against each other. They'll go against some of the other freshmen, but you'll go against some of the vets, because that's part of it. Because if you actually get in the game, no one really cares that you're a freshman. So we have to try to create that environment at practice, which we do, because we go against the best receiving group in the country. So that helps us grow and learn in that area. So we get a chance to get a real good evaluation of the competition because of the guys we're going against.
Miles, obviously, this year, last year, didn't play, has his black stripe off the other day. What improvements has he made that led to that?
Sense of urgency, and he's doing well on the special teams. I mean, you got to start creating roles. So he did well on special teams. He's starting to have a sense of urgency. He's applying the game a little better. So that creates other opportunities. So continue to do those little things and show the effort and urgency to create the openings of other opportunities for you. Oh, no question. So we try to teach position flex anyway. So, we always move guys around. If you notice, like, even I'm going in the past, but, guys like Jordan Hancock, he played corner, he played nickel, he played safety in some situations. I mean, you got to have those guys that can move around a little bit, and you got to have a few guys that can do that just so the roster's cut down short, but just to be able to move the parts down to get your matchups that you want when we start getting into the season.
Aaron Scott, what stands out about Aaron Scott, and what do you expect his role to be?
I don't know his role to be, but he's been doing well this spring, so he's been competing. He's been applying the game. His functional intelligence has been up. He has a passion for it. He plays with great effort, and things are coming along for it, and he's playing with confidence. So all those things build, and then can we sustain it? Can we keep going? And the roles take care of itself when we get closer to game time. It's real early on that part now because we still got a few weeks of spring ball, and then we still have training camp.
Devin Sanchez? Yeah, go ahead. Devin Sanchez, yeah.
What's been your take on him?
He's doing a solid job, but he's learning, he's growing. And like I said, I like to see stuff when it goes over a long period of time. But he's doing well. He's picking stuff up. He's making some plays, but he still has some stuff to learn. Because, there's a lot of different stuff. A lot of moving parts, man. So, but he's doing well. We're pleased with his progression so far. We just have to keep seeing it going with all these guys and see, hey, how does it go when we finish spring ball and then when we start moving into camp? Is all this stuff still applicable with all the situations and things that we go through?
In your experience, what is the most difficult thing for a young guy to pick up?
To be able to, the speed of the game with the different formations, the situation of football, and being able to apply it. Because it's faster. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of different personnel groupings, and there's a lot of different coverages. So you have to be able to apply all those moving parts, and sometimes it takes guys a while to do that. They're doing a good job of it. We keep pushing them, and we look forward to the progression on it. So we try to push them as hard as we can now in the room, so when we get closer to training camp in the season, that they're in a better shape, equipped to handle that stuff.
Did you always see Bryce as like a nickel guy when you were recruiting him? And what has he shown in that nickel role that makes you think that that's probably a natural fit for him?
He's doing well. He's in the same thing. You said we play him outside some, we moving inside nickel. We kind of been moving him around, doing things. Again, we're just trying to see and eval what guys can handle. But again, we only can know that if we put them in the spots to see if they can do it. You know what I mean? So we just move guys around and see what they can do. It also helps your football IQ. The more positions you play and move around, you have to learn it. So that helps you with your overall football knowledge.
So once you see that,
As you put this thing together, you and Matt, how's this coming together? How much have you put in right now? And I mean, are you guys like kids in a candy store when you look at some of the talent
Yeah, we got a lot of pieces and we're excited about it, but we still taking it slow because we are young. We're still a young team. So we're just trying to slowly move guys around to see what they can handle, see their football IQ. But we do have a great group of guys. They're very competitive. They're growing. They have talent. So we just kind of experiment and see what guys can do so we'll know the best spots to put guys in.
How are you guys
Last question.
you two?
Oh, we're great. We've been together for a while. You know what I mean? So I've been, knowing Matt for a minute, and the camaraderie, the chemistry, and all that works great. And that's the thing about our staff on these side ball. We have great chemistry over there. So to be able to blend in the back end, stuff that we're doing up front, we try to make sure we get the right personnel groups on the field, see what guys know, and we got a great group of kids. So those guys doing all that stuff make it fun, and it gives us a lot of flexibility to move guys around in different pieces.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna put Caleb down right here.